Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. This is just an announcement. I have changed the group name. It was once called Black Community Empowerment. Wanted to move away from that word, and I wanted to reshape our thinking because that is a color. So what I did was I changed the name of the group to Tribal Unity Organization. I did that because we all come from a tribe. I would like to reshape the thinking of our people. I like to help assist in that area. I myself personally, I'm even changing my name from a European name to an African name, my wife and I. And so thus I want us to move away from these terminologies that really does not identify us. Either you're a Ghanaian, you're Ashanti, you're Bantu, you're Igbo, you're one of those. So we need to reshape our thinking to tribal thinking. I also wanted to name it that tribal unity. There's also tribalism. We have a lot of fights amongst ourselves, even over in the motherland. There is tribalism going on, and one tribe think that they're better than another tribe, and this thing goes all the way back in ancient times, and there's wars going on. It's time for peace. It's time to simply just draw the line. It's time for us to wake up. Jones is not your last name. Williams is not your last name. It's not your last name. Smith is not your last name. Thomas is not your last name, and etc. That is the name of your slave master that used that name to brand our forefathers and also up to date us. So what we need to do is rid ourselves of these European ideologies. I submit to you for you to do your DNA test. That's what I did too. Right now I'm waiting for the results. I'm farther along in the process now. I'm happy about that. I'm excited to find out, the various tribes that my family is actually affiliated with. I know one of them is Cherokee. I do know that, speaking to my elders within my tribe. My grandmother told me this. We need unity. We need organization. Together, everyone accomplishes more. That's what team stands for. In my viewpoint, together we all accomplish more. We're never above our people. I don't care how wealthy you are. If your people are still poor, if they're hungry, if they're starving, if they're thirsty, if they're naked, then guess what? We're starving, we're hungry, and we're naked, and we're poor. We are never, hear me well, we are never above our people. You may not personally directly be experiencing prejudice, you may say, but your brother and sister is. Therefore, you are. It's time to unify and get that mind. What happens to one of us happens to all of us. When one of our brothers and sisters lose their son, lose a family member due to hate crimes, due to any type of violence, due to systemic oppression, whether it's here or whether it's in another continent, we are still going through this together. We need to unify. We need to have this mentality. Together, everyone accomplishes more. Teamwork makes the dream work. Networking, one of the definitions is a core group of individuals that have the same goal, that has the same mindset. Listen, we're going to disagree as family. I want to get rid of this myth that, there's no unity because we don't agree. That is far from the truth. That is far from the truth. My wife and I, we are a united couple. We are a strong African family, but we don't see eye to eye all the time, but we're still married. Married means to be one. We're still unified. So we need to get this out of our mind that because we disagree, that we're discombobulated. That is a lie. That's not the truth. None of us are going to agree on everything. None of us, hear me well, none of us are going to agree on everything. We need one common goal. You know what that is? To unify and to help our people to evolve and to help our people spiritually economically, health-wise. Okay? That's what we need to do. Spiritual, economics, and health. That's what we need. Entrepreneurship. We need a core group of people that network. We need you to come into the Tribal Unity Organization. If you are a black dentist, if you are a black lawyer, if you are a entrepreneur of any kind, if you sell beauty products, if you sell any hygiene type of products, we want to connect with you. Today, we want to create a modern day, if you will, green book. If you don't know what that is, check the history on the green book. All right. It deals with businesses that we can go to, that we can empower our people. If you know of any black owned banks, I know everybody can Google it. Doesn't matter. If you know of any type of restaurants, I'm talking about car dealerships. I don't care if it's in another country. It doesn't matter. We may have somebody that's going to move in that particular country within the continent of the motherland, and we can link them with that organization. We need to stop thinking that just because we're not in the same diaspora that we can't share information with one another. Doesn't matter if you're in Virginia. Doesn't matter if you're in North Carolina. Doesn't matter where you are. We are one. One. Hear me now. We are one. And the sooner that we recognize that, the better off we'll be. Let's stop just unifying during traumatic times. Post 9/11. Murders, throughout the United States. Why does something tragic have to happen before we come together? Let's stop allowing unity to be a thought in our mind when something tragic is happening. When one of our brothers and sisters are getting killed, or either they're being discriminated against because they have hair and nobody wants to hire them. Listen, that's a beautiful thing. We bind together. That's wonderful. But again, why does it have to be something traumatic to happen for us to come together? It should not be that way. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be. We need to be introduced for some, all right, to our spirituality. We need to be introduced for some to our culture. Listen, I'm guilty of walking around not recognizing I had a European name. I'm guilty of walking around not thinking about I'm speaking a European language. For those of you who say that people who speak proper and they're African within this continent, that they speak white, I want to bring something to your attention. You talk white too. Because if you speak English, you're talking white. If you don't speak your dialect, then you're talking white. If you don't know your tribal language and you're talking some other language, you're talking white. So you need to wake up and recognize that we're all speaking white, those of us who don't speak our native tongue. Again, this is about unity. This is about love. This is about strength. This is not about racism. This is not about prejudice. This is about us coming together as a family. No matter what your last name is, we're family. I want to bring this to some of your attention. You must remember we was brought over here on the slave ships. We were divided throughout the continent. Some of our families were sent up north. Some were sent far west. Some were sent Midwest. Some were sent down here. Our tribes were divided. So we need to stop thinking because our last name is Jones, Moore, Williams, John, that is not your last name. Again, I cannot stress this enough. That's the name of your slave master. If you're getting ready to have a child, I pray you would consider what I'm saying. Don't give that child a European name. Don't continue to pass on that slave name. Think about that. That's what you're doing every time that child have a child and they name that child that last name. That's the ownership of that slave master. This cycle has to be broken. We cannot be afraid, because if fear gripped our ancestors, we wouldn't be where we are today. Even though we're still in the struggle, even though we're still fighting to be free, Even though we're still fighting for equality, we still can't give up the fight. It's not over until it's over. So again, my YouTube channel is Tribal Unity Organization. I want to pass that to all of you, those of you follow me on YouTube. It is Tribal Unity Organization, just like the Facebook group and page. Tribal Unity Organization. I'm the one that changed it. I have not been hacked. All right. I did that myself. Peace and blessings. Appreciate all of you tuning in. Remember, Tribal Unity Organization. Feel free to go there. Post your business there. Okay. Even if it's not a business, if you're a person that's a motivational speaker or you're doing anything to enhance our people, I need you to go into there. I need you to share. Sharing is caring, brothers and sisters. It doesn't take much. It doesn't cost you a dime to share somebody's business. It doesn't cost a dime to share information. Not one thing. It doesn't cost you not 1 cent for you to push that share button and to share your brothers and sisters' business. Why does it always have to be about you? Why is it that you go in people group and you post your stuff, but you don't share nobody else's stuff? Enough is enough, man. Enough of the selfishness. We need to be one. Share. Share, share, share. You want everybody to share your stuff. You want everybody, oh, come support me. But what are you doing for your fellow man? You reap what you sow. You do nothing for nobody else, and nothing will be done for you. You'll continue to scrape the bottom of the mill barrel until you learn unity. Peace.